Now, preacher, priest, politicians have combined on the grounds that John F. Kennedy disputed in his famous speech. And then it gives an article of how the state and the churches are working together, how the image of the beast is coming together. And I was stunned at the accuracy with which these people in my country, actually saw this issue. Let me read you some of the precepts of this most famous speech, I would almost say by any American president. The president here is Kennedy. Let's have a look what Kennedy said. He said, quote, "I believe in an America where the separation of church and state is absolute, where no Catholic prelate would tell the president, should he be Catholic, how to act, and no Protestant minister would tell his parishioners for whom to vote, and where no church school is granted any public funds or political preference, where no public official either requests or accepts instruction on public policy from the Pope or any other ecclesiastical source, where no religious body seeks to impose its will directly or indirectly upon the general populace or the public acts of its officials." Wow, what a speech. I think it cost him his life. Personal opinion. Well, let's analyze that. Total separation of church and state, is that correct? No funding on a church basis, none of these things. Nobody may prescribe to the state, be he Catholic, be he Protestant, what he must do. That is where America was not very long ago. Is that right? Where's it today? Bush urges groups to bid for funding for faith-based initiatives. Catholic News Service, Washington. President George W. Bush urged faith-based charities to bid competitively for federal funding. Is he turning on its head what Kennedy said, yes or no? Are you noticing something here? In a luncheon speech at the day-long National Conference on Faith-Based and Community Initiatives, Bush said progress has been made, but much more needs to be done to give faith-based social service programs equal footing with the secular non-profit in federal, state, and corporate grant-making. Quote, it used to be that groups were prohibited from receiving any federal funding whatsoever because they had a cross or a star or a crescent on the wall, Bush said, and that's changed for the better. I have news for you. I think it's changed for the worse. He called faith-based service organizations America's armies of compassion. Church and state beginning to merge. The Bible said it would happen. During his speech, Bush announced that he had just signed an executive order creating a Center for Faith-Based and Community Initiatives in the Department of Homeland Security. The center is to coordinate the department's efforts to remove regulatory contractings and other obstacles to the participation of faith-based communities. So what Bush is doing, he's turning everything upside down. It's interesting that the one went down to Dallas and was shot, and the other one went up from Dallas to Washington and reversed everything that had been done. There's interesting symbolism. We haven't got time to go into it. But that is the state of things today.